Yesterday, I said I hoped we'd find a candidate who understands terror the same way Reagan understood communism. Did we see that last night? Well, Rubio was positively Rubian.
Let's remember what the president said. He said the attack that he was going to conduct was going to be a pinprick. Well, the United States military was not built to conduct pinprick attacks. If the United States military is going to be engaged by a commander-in-chief, it should only be engaged in an endeavor to win. Because you better be able to lead our country on the first day. Not 6 months from now, not a year from now, on the first day in office.
But the strongest voice came from the mini-me debate by a guy who knows the big picture.
I'm running for president to destroy radical Islam, to win the war on terror, to protect you and your family. To pull the caliphate up by its roots, and we're going to kill every one of these bastards. What are you, the wedding cake baker, or the gay couple, or the Baptist preacher? Radical Islam would kill you all if they could.
Senator,
let's don't lose sight of the big picture here. I will win a war that we can't afford to lose.
I tell you,
Right?
I am so sorry that I made fun of him in the past. But the hard truths heard last night revealed what also wasn't said. As the conversation went deep, others went for coffee. It was a smart move. Any conversation rooted in substance can be hairy for those candidates who don't have time to read. But it's a fact. We need adults in the room now who are dead serious about what's going to kill us. The head of the U.S. Central Command just told Congress only 4 or 5 trainees from the $500 million plan to prep 500 fighters ended up fighting in Syria. 4 or 5. And so as Syria unravels and refugees flee, we need a plan to deal with failing states and the creeps planning awful acts within. What do we do about the jihadists coming here? And those already here? What about the massive cyber attacks we just experienced? Will the more vile target hospitals or transportation? If they kill the power, people die. This is what's called terror change, the escalating risk created by new technology married to apocalyptic terror. Each day, some ghoul gets one step closer to doing something unspeakably bad. If you don't understand this threat, or refuse to learn, or prefer to coast on platitudes, do us a favor and bow out now. You're a danger to yourself and to this country. My point here, these candidates need to read more. It's an important thing. Reading is fundamental. We learned that. So I want everybody here to suggest one book. I'm going to start, since basically I'm getting my information from one book. It's called The Future of Violence. It's by Wittes and Blum, who are from Brookings and from Hoover Institution. It's about the new kinds of terror married to technology. Every single person in America should read this book. The first chapter will change the way you think about the future and scare the living wits out of you. Dana.
I'm going to go a little farther back and say that the autobiography of Ulysses S. Grant, written by...
Who?
Did I get you or not? I think I got you.
It was Bill O'Reilly.
no,
Killing Grant.
Killing Grant.
It's
Yeah.
definitely considered one of the best autobiographies by any president. It talks a lot about his time in the military. It's very well written. I read it years ago. It's big. It's a thick one. It's going to take him a while to get through. But I would recommend it. I think it's a good one.
Excellent. Eric.
So I took the segment as to win the presidency, not necessarily to solve the terror crisis. However, you want to know something? Maybe some of the things that these people would learn in these books might help them. I think since everyone's going after Donald Trump, he's clearly the one that they all want to attack. We saw it all last night. We saw a side-by-side. Anytime someone spoke, there was a side-by-side. No matter who was speaking, Trump came up next to him. So they're all going after him. So it would behoove the other candidates who aren't named Trump to read his book, The Art of the Deal. You got to read it. You got to know what's going on in the guy's mind if you want to take him down as the leader. And Donald Trump, because they're all going after him, should read The Art of War. Sun Tzu, it's an amazing book. It's really long.
You are shameless. Shameless.
The Art of War. What's wrong with The Art of War?
You're bumping Trump's book. I love you for that. I love it.
I actually wanted to say, I wanted to actually pick your 3 books, but they said that would look shameless. So, no, I'm not pumping his book. I think The Art of War, which is 2,000 years old, absolutely applies.
How could he pick any other book? I mean, even Trump says the only book better is the Bible.
Yes,
that's it.
It's a memoir, though, so you learn a little.
Eric, are you saying you hate the Bible?
I can recite some passages from the Bible.
Oh, really? That's good.
Oh, my goodness. Where's the debate moderator?
Juan?
Oh, I thought I would take.
Juan's a little sleepy today. He's low energy.
You know what?
today.
I was up late last night.
I know. I can tell.
How's that different?
How's that different? I tell you, it's different because then at the hotel they were like banging. They're building something. New York, I don't know. You don't want to sleep here. Anyway, Marvin Kalb's book, The Road to War: Presidential Commitments Honored and Betrayed, 2013. And this is a terrific book because it takes you back to, well, you don't want to repeat mistakes. And this is what this is about, because you see how previous presidents got into senseless wars and then had a hard time getting out of them and cost us a lot of treasure and blood. So it's important to understand that when you make this commitment, there's real people and real consequences.
All right. Well, that was
So
nice.
is not acting.
Yeah, Juan.
I agree.
She just destroyed you.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
She does it regularly to my pleasure.
I have no idea what that means. Kimberly.
Moving on. Okay. So anyway, before Juan falls asleep, I picked a book that they probably, I hope, have all read, and I'm going to recommend that they read it again. Many people who have read it the first time want to get back into it. Atlas Shrugged and Ran. Great book, and I felt that last night. You watched the earlier debate and the second debate, that getting back to these great principles this country was founded on about capitalism and free market, the power of an individual, what you can do to make a difference and change the world. And I think it's inspirational, especially when you think about...
Thick.
Well, read every other page. You'll still get a lot out of it. Get it on audio tape.
Can I back that up with Fountainhead, and also a Rand book, fantastic book as well.
I love that book.
Yeah, great book.
I like the one in Defense of Selfishness. Is that what it's called? In Defense of Selfishness? Have you ever read that?
No surprise.
I know, it changed my life. I think that's the title.
Did you write it?
Yeah, I might have written.
You're so evolved
it's like
now.
120 pages. I know Randian is going to be tweeting me right now with the actual title. In Defense of Selfishness.
Well, some of them could have read it last night in between the breaks before they were heard from again on the debate.
Yeah. You know, I was troubled, though, when I saw that, what is it, Rubio saying, well, gosh, you know, pinpricks. That's why we Republicans didn't vote to have the airstrikes against Syria. You know what is he talking about? He didn't back the fight against Syria. Now he's condemning the president. Please. All three of them.
No. Oh, we don't have time.
We don't have time.
But I'm right.
We don't have time, Juan.
All right.
To correct your many errors.
There's too many.
There's too many.
There's too many.
Yes.
Nap time.
There's a one in a million.
Facts, Juan.